some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Hey,
why do you panic?
The way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Friday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Juma Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters across the world who make time to watch Johnny's Bite every single day. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you also to Sona Fashions in Tamale for my outfit, 0246 590162. 0246 590162. Today is Friday, and there's going to be a lot of excitement. It's going to be a long weekend. Let me take the time to specially invite you to 3FM's Afro Connect. It's happening this weekend. In fact, this Saturday, tomorrow, the 21st of September, Osajifo's own birthday. We have 3FM Afro Connect. Is a platform where we're going to have conversations, the Jollof War. We're going to also have interactions from Nigeria to Ghana to Togo to Senegal to Mali to Benin to Sierra Leone to Liberia. All the African countries, the West African countries are coming together for what we call the 3FM Afro Connect. And we're going to have a swell time tomorrow. Gates open at 9 a.m. in the morning. And you want to join us for the 3FM Afro Connect. It's very, very important that you join us. Very, very important that you connect with us on the 3FM Afro Connect show. It's happening at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. And you've got to be part of Active Society. Tomorrow, Saturday, 21st of September. Bring your family, bring your friends. Let's have a swell time. 3FM 92.7. Last year, Sierra Leone won the Jollof War. This year, who is going to win it? And we're going to have lots and lots and lots of great conversations. We're there from 9 a.m. till you feel tired. And I tell you, you're not going to be feeling tired because there's going to be great live band music and all of that put together as well. So join us tomorrow at the 3FM Afro Connect tomorrow. Thank you. Now, there's something that has troubled my mind over the past few weeks, and it is this. You find people go either on TikTok Live or Facebook Live or whatever it is, so-called influencers, so-called celebrities, so-called social media giants, and they have something that they are smoking wrapped in a brown paper. And some have suggested in the comment section that that is Indian hemp weed. And it is becoming normalized. And our police are watching. People actually go on Facebook Live, TikTok Live, and they have conversations, or they're either venting or ranting about something or saying something. And they have that and they are smoking it. And it has become normalized. And I ask myself, aren't our security institutions watching? If indeed what they are smoking is weed, as some people say in the comment section, have the police not picked indication of that? I am saying that over the past few weeks, I've seen videos, people go live on Facebook, live on TikTok, and they are smoking, and people are saying that what they are smoking is Indian hemp, and everybody is watching. I mean, what kind of society are we raising? We are teaching the next generation that it is okay for them to smoke whatever it is that they want to smoke in our faces. I thought that even cigarettes had been banned at some locations. You can't just go about and be smoking. So what's going on? What really is going on? NACOC, are they watching? It's becoming normalized. And people think that once you hold that thing and you are smoking and you are doing it on Facebook Live or TikTok Live, yeah, it makes you a G and it makes you toughen, whatever it is. I don't know where that foolish mentality came from. But that thing has to be stopped ASAP. That thing, it has to be stopped ASAP. It has to be stopped right now. Stop it. What kind of society are we building? What kind of society are we building? When did we become this? When did we become so brazen in our stupidity and foolishness? When did we become so brazen in our breaking the law? When? If what they are smoking is indeed Indian hemp, I don't have the capacity to test for it. I don't know what it is. But I'm saying that it is becoming too rampant. It's becoming too normal. Today, if you like, somebody would go on Facebook Live or TikTok Live and do that. Men are doing it. Women are doing it. Small girls are doing it. Small boys are doing it. And we started off with this whole shisha thing and cigarette. And now we have gotten to that point. I'm not sure that our police is ignorant of what I'm saying. They are very much aware. And then there is also the other angle of political fool soldiers who come on your page and want to dictate to you what you should be posting on your page. They have left their page where when they post things, they actually don't get any likes, or for whole 24, 48 hours, they get 2 or 3 likes. They want to come on your page to come and dictate to you what you post on your page, because they will take a screenshot with of a banter between you and go and take some 50 Ghana or 70 Ghana or some 20 megabytes. By all means, use the block button. And by all means, report them to the cyber crime unit of the Ghana Police Service. If they threaten you, you report them. By all means. And I'm filing some reports. We cannot continue to run a lawless society because your political interest must be served. Nobody will massage your ego. It is the massaging of egos that have brought us to this point. Show me the E-levy thing. We sat in this country. We were told that we will impose E-levy on you, whether you like it or not. We will impose E-levy on you, and we'll go around the country and have so-called these town hall meetings that we had were belated. These town hall meetings. You remember the town hall meetings that we had? Our fine ministers, they're there. That we had town hall meetings. We said we're going to do 16 regions. We did only 6. Rushed back to Parliament to impose E-levy on the people. E-levy was the ACOBAM of the day. E-levy was going to solve all our problems. E-levy was going to pay all our debts. E-levy was going to fix all our streets. E-levy was going to create 11 million jobs. E-levy was going to do this. E-levy was going to do that. So if we get E-levy, we will not go to IMF. And Ken Oforiatta called us names. On this platform, he called us names. Joshua and Caleb economy. He called us names. We will not go to that. We are a proud nation. Today he is saying, Heidi, Michael Blankson is looking for him to come and explain how his $1 million became. Michael Blankson is looking for you. But we held these town hall meetings with these same people who are showing their faces to you that give me more power. They lied to us. They told us that if we get E-levy, we will not go to the IMF to go and take money from them. We are the IMF. We are bending and begging. We are doing external debt restructuring. We have done haircuts in this country. We still are holding on to the E-levy. Is it because of this E-levy that we went ahead and cancelled road tolls? So we are losing that money as well. The minister who cancelled that, who is also a lawyer, is sitting in his home. He's okay. He's fine. But we held these town hall meetings, and nobody has had the decency to say, we are sorry, we got it wrong. Nobody. They are all feeling pompous. I say we held these town hall meetings. Some of us were called names because of these town hall meetings. Today, even the thresholds for E-levy, we are abusing them. Today, even mobile money merchants are complaining. E-levy is killing us. Today, we are being told by the same people who imposed E-levy that when you give me more power and I stay in power, I will cancel E-levy. Who imposed E-levy in the first place? These faces you are seeing now. And there were 6. I only found 3 or 4. But there were 6 town hall meetings that were held. The nation disagreed with E-levy. We went ahead and passed it. Alecho government. Minim krasi, krasi, ahomaso krasi, ahantan krasi, enumdra krasi. That's what we're practicing. Today, we have seen how Ken Oforiatta told us we're going to provide 11 million jobs. Today, we are sharing FITA starter packs at the Independence Square. FITA starter pack. That's what we are sharing at the Independence Square. We are buying votes. And then when you share starter pack to somebody, you say, we have created jobs for the people. Do you think that when I give you a wheelbarrow and I add spanner and a few things, I have actually created a job for you? We were told about this E-levy. Now, I asked the question this morning. If the young people of this country had jobs, right? If the young people of this country had jobs, as we are being told they do, if we had jobs, we wouldn't actually be having Galamsey on our hands. Today, I want to talk about Galamsey. Because when the government set out in 2017, they said we are going to have one district, one factory that was going to create jobs. And the factories were going to be fed by one planting for food and jobs. Right? Planting for food and jobs. And then we're going to use the produce from the farms to feed the factories. One district, one factory. And that was going to create jobs. And I remember so well, I said in 2018 that if we don't take it, because we have had a phenomenon where you go chasing people who are doing illegal mining or engaged in illegal mining. They go and log trees. Show me the Galamsey videos of the young people engaged in Galamsey. Show me, start with the school children first of all. We have sunk so low. I'm sure today, the president, when he sees some of these things, his own conscience will be beating him. Show the children doing Galamsey. The president's own conscience, it will be hitting him. This is the next generation. The next generation.
And I am boss. In Kola Mudigala. And the owner was shooting load. Oh, boy. And I am a boss.
Bye, Bebo. I buy Beko. Nasuma kreti nyuma kala bekoso obi kanchira aban se enyuma ni ho obi kanchira aban se enyuma ni ho small boy omamba party samia menwa hondi ntina ho makom ma mekumio
the best in the morning.
Mrs. Okreti nyuma ne ye bejai galane ye die tuzina begu ho Mrs. Okreti nyumane, yesu ya bejai galane, nedie tuzina begu from. Fa abai bebo.
O brane bombe, o brane bombe. Aboma fikuma se de makoto dome.
You see, so we have gotten to the point where now TikTok content is being created out of our misery. We have become a global ridicule. Children are now engaged in Galamsey. The young and strong are now engaged in Galamsey. Old people are also engaged in Galamsey, men and women combined. So call the president to the center and ask him, Mr. Kweku Akufo-Addo, did you put your presidency on the line, or did you attempt to put your presidency on the line beyond the Arish Kontomire floor? Call the president to the center and ask him that question. And ask him how he feels about this situation. You know, I am asking this question because every single mineral in this country is vested in the president of the Republic of Ghana. It is law. He is a lawyer. His Minister for Lands and Natural Resources is a lawyer. The man at the lawyer you see at Minerals Commission is a lawyer. There are too many lawyers in government who understand the law better than you and I. They are cutting down cocoa trees to engage in Galamsey. And they have been emboldened because there are key persons in government, according to Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, who themselves are connoisseurs of Galamsey. So the perfidy, the height of the perfidy, the dishonesty is right in our faces. We will endorse excavators and chamfans to get into the forest. We will cut trees that have matured, trees that are about 200 years, 150 years, 80 years, 70 years, 50 years. We will cut those trees down, and then we will come and plant small seedlings across the country, and we say we are trying to reforest. Who are we fooling? You cut trees that are mature enough to inhale the carbon dioxide that we exhale and give us oxygen for us to live, because that's what we need. And then you come and plant small trees, small plants. Some of which they don't survive. And I've been asking them, show me where the trees that you planted are. They can't show me. They can't show us. Show us the trees. How do you cut trees to plant trees? Is that not Ajana 1, Ajana 2? Then when you finish, you get the whole entourage and go to climate conferences. Climate conferences. You come and talk about global warming. But you don't talk about this foolishness that is ongoing. You will plant trees. You will declassify forests and will it to your people forever. And then when you finish, you come and tell me that you are committed to fighting Galamsey. You are a joker. You are a joker. You see these people there that you see on your screens? None of them can buy an excavator. None of them there can afford an excavator. So whose excavator are they using? When they close and finish, there is a supervisor who will come to them with money and pay them whatever is due them by day. Who is bankrolling that? Who is able to buy the mercury? Who buys the cyanide? Who buys the guns? One pop action gun, how much does it cost? Who buys it? The bullets with which they battle with the police and the military, who themselves have been found to be complicit in many instances. Who buys those guns? The generators, who buys them? And then you sit there, you tell me that you are fighting Galamsey, and now the argument has moved beyond irresponsible leadership. And now we are talking about if you ban small-scale mining, I will demonstrate against my own government. If you do, what kind of nonsense is that? People are drinking this and getting kidney diseases and liver diseases. Children are being born without limbs. Those of you who live outside, who think that you can make videos to talk, the woman there is telling us about the fact that what we export to you, the fresh fish, you see how the fishes are there, we will catch these same fishes, and we will roast them and grill them and ship them to you, and you will be eating the same nonsense that we eat here. We will be eating the same nonsense that we see how the fishes are struggling for their lives. And then when you finish it, you have set up a 5-member ministerial committee. What 10 ministers couldn't do, 5 ministers can do. Is that the logic? Does it even make sense to you? What 10 ministers couldn't do, 5 ministers can do. Does it make sense to you? And there were no timelines. Any government that tells you that I am going to ban Galamsey is not a serious government, because Galamsey in itself is illegal. So if anybody now tells you that, oh, the illegality has gone on for too long and now we are going to ban the illegality, doesn't deserve your attention. Sack that government. It's a useless government. Very, very useless government. A government that is not useful is useless. Look at the sea, the confluence. Look at what it has become. And we are behaving as if we are an island. So Togo's beaches doesn't matter to us anymore. Nigeria's beaches doesn't matter to us anymore. Ivory Coast beaches doesn't matter to us anymore. We are just misbehaving all across. And as I speak this morning, Galamsey will still go on. We know the people. How come no DCE has been sacked? How come no one DC, even one DC has been sacked? Haji Halima Mahama, our ambassador to the US, she's a lawyer. She was a minister, former minister for, our minister for local government. She was part of the interministerial committee against illegal mining. She and Madam Cecilia Dapa were the only ones who stayed with Professor Frimpong Boateng. All the other ministers, Kojo Opon Krumah and Dapa and Bruce Derry, all of them, Amewu, everyone, according to Frimpong Boateng, they all abandoned the committee. The committee of 10, they abandoned them. She put people in a room at MMDC and told them she knows those of them who are engaged in Galamsey. She's a lawyer. Then when the president finishes, she leaves a minister who is a lawyer and comes to tell us, the citizens, that if you have evidence, bring it. The evidence is in your face. The evidence is in your face. The evidence is in your face. Ask any Chinese that can they go into any forest reserve in their country and go and do this. They will be caught and shot dead, straight, non-negotiable. We are here speaking English. We are here faking conferences and dictating to His Royal Majesty Otum for what he should be saying. Why skin, I salute you. He said, I won't say what you're asking me to say. I will say what I have to say. We are pretending we are planting trees and cutting trees. We will attend climate conferences. We will hold big speeches. Ninina Sankwas. Pull excerpt of Kwabena Frimpong Boateng's report for me. Let's read a few excerpts. Look at this young lady. And for most of the people in her generation, like my sons Obrimpong and Osaberima, their only idea of water bodies will be this dirty, stinky, poisonous water bodies. They will not have the benefit of seeing clean water ever in their lives. Look at this. Over 60% of water bodies in mining areas suffer from contamination due to illegal mining activities. Loss of biodiversity with an estimated loss of 50,000 hectares of forest annually, every year. Activities of Galamsey operations contribute to environmental factors that lead to Ghana recording over 24,000 cancer cases annually. This is from CSIR, Center for Scientific Research. This is what they said about Galamsey. Mercury levels around 102 grams per liter reported in blood samples of residents living in Galamsey affected areas. Public health crisis caused by heavy metal poisoning and water pollution are straining Ghana's overburdened healthcare systems. Galamsey. And we know the Galamseyers. Look, pull excerpts of the Frimpong Boateng report. We'll read about 2 sheets and then we'll wrap up. Look, before that, let's listen to Vice President Dr. Bawumia. And when Dr. Bawumia mounts the platform and he says, I was only a vice president, what exactly does he mean? You are number 2, for Christ's sake, for crying out loud. Number 2 in a government. If you were in the army, you will be the second in command, 2IC. You are number 2. You are an influential person in the government. How then dare you come and stand in front of the public and feign ignorance and say, well, I'm only a vice president? Are you suggesting to us that you were powerless, that you were useless in the government, that the government didn't take you serious, and so we shouldn't take you serious? Listen to your vice president.
You see what I mean? We are trying to always chase people, but we are not trying to prevent it happening in the first place. So one needs to look at the whole regime of small-scale mining and sanitize that regime, regularize the regime, make sure that the Geological Survey, the authority of Ghana, number 1, does the mapping for where all the gold reserves are. At the moment, people are just doing trial and error, destroying our environment. There is no data backing where they go. They just go and dig, they don't find, they go to the next place and start digging, they don't find, they go to the next place. But I want us to set up community mining schemes with certainty from the Geological Survey Department that here you have gold. In that case, we can make sure that those who are mining there are regularized. We bring in these gold catcher machines that don't use.
Boss, you are the chairman of the police council. When it comes to internal security, you are the last killer. You are the chairman of the Armed Forces Council. They put police, military, and immigration people together. Find the document for me. Why are you now joining the complainants? You are supposed to be taking the initiative, Mr. Vice President. So show us your scorecard in terms of fighting Galamsey. Why are you now giving us a proposal? You are in power. You have power. Until the 6th of January, you have power. Where is your power? Or are you powerless? Community mining. This is Frimpong Boate's report. Community mining was conceptualized by the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. The same thing Dr. Baumia is talking about. Listen. As indicated earlier, the IMCIM has vetted and given licenses to close to 2,000 small-scale miners to operate legally and sustainably. The community mining program was rolled out, and the president himself commissioned the first site in the Wasa Amenfi district. The community mining project was well subscribed, and it became very popular. However, the Ministry of Lands, especially after the appointment of Honorable Kweku Asomah-Treme, became hostile and antagonistic to the program. Some elements in the Minerals Commission, including Mr. S.K. Boafu, former minister and the chairman of the Minerals Commission board, supported the position of the Ministry of Lands. Apparently, they were angry that the IMCIM was at the forefront in matters concerning small-scale mining, which they said were among the functions of the Minerals Commission. The effect of this antagonization was that several community mining sites that the IMCIM had planned and were ready to be commissioned were effectively sabotaged and blocked by the Minerals Commission and the Lands Minister. Typical examples were some community mining sites in Asante Achim area. A day before the commissioning of the sites by the IMCIM, Mr. S.K. Boafu, a member of the government, called the MCE of Asante Akim Central to block the event. He warned the MCE not to allow the IMCIM to do the commissioning, otherwise she might lose her job. The matter was brought to the attention of the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President. The Chief of Staff advised that we work together, but that advice was not heeded by the Lands Ministry and the Minerals Commission. The IMCIM, from my estimation, did a very good job. I admit there were very serious challenges that undermined the good work that was done. As chairman of the committee, I can state with all confidence that I took the work seriously and performed my duties without any selfish motives or the prospect of gaining from the work of the committee. Ban on importation of excavators for small-scale mining. In the 3rd quarter of 2018, the government directed that there should be a ban on the importation of excavators for small-scale mining. The Ministry of Transport was responsible for making sure that the ban was respected. Subsequent events indicate that the ban was not respected, and presently new excavators are found at illegal mining sites. Who authorized that? Show me the next page. Then you come and tell me that you are serious in fighting Galamsey. Now, this is Operation Galamstop. You remember Operation Galamstop? We had used our money for it. Now, read 2nd paragraph. Galamstop is a powerful tool to strengthen the regulatory agencies. Unfortunately, the Forestry Commission refused to use it, and the Minerals Commission approached it half-heartedly. Forestry Commission and Minerals Commission. It still remains an important tool for anyone who wants to achieve lasting results in managing the small-scale mining sector. This is it. Forestry Commission refused to use it. Minerals Commission approached it half-heartedly. Where are the drones that we procured with our money? The drones. Now, district, although it was worrying, I was not surprised. Go back to the document. That the Forestry Commission did not migrate onto the Galamstop platform. Mr. Kojo Owusu-Efriye, aka Sir John, former General Secretary of the MPP, former boss at Forestry Commission, was actively giving out timber concessions, even in the forest reserves for logging. Part in Yasika. He also gave forestry entry permits to mining companies, both large and small scale, including those of foreign nationals, for prospecting activities at a time when the president had put a ban on that activity. So who is talking about ban? Now, through Charles Owusu, that's the last paragraph. Through Charles Owusu, the director of operations at the Forestry Commission, Sir John had Chinese gangs doing mining on his behalf. You remember Charles Owusu? Change is coming. Charles Owusu, that's him. It said through Charles Owusu, the director of operations at the Forestry Commission, Sir John had Chinese gangs doing mining on his behalf. And he was in the willed it to you forever, Achimota Forest. The issue about rosewood exploitation is something that is beyond the scope of this report. I remember that at a meeting in the conference room of the president, I told the president in the presence of Sir John that the greatest danger to forests of Ghana was Sir John. What did President Akufo-Addo do about it? Nothing. There was never a fight against Galamsey. Don't believe anybody in government who tells you that they are committed to fighting. I say we, the media, we were fighting our Galamsey. We were winning the war. Until the government brought in stinking politics into it. And today, look at what we are, the mess we find ourselves in. I've said what I have to say. Call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
John